Hey, it's Duke once more, and we've got a game of Hermios again. I don't normally do so many recordings back to back, and let alone the same player, but this looked like it was going to be another good game. I don't think Crezio is a super notable as a top tier player. But I think that's got more to do with him complaining about any nerfs to SL, and also kind of playing the same deck over and over and over again. It kind of makes it a little bit samey. Now, that being said, he does win a lot of games. He does rank pretty consistently highly, and he does beat most people, I want to say. When he plays against Alak, for example, right, it doesn't look like a blower, right? It looks like he's making him sweat a little. So he's clearly, a good enough opponent for Hermios here to really be worth, to be worth recording here, even if he's not quite top 10 yet. I think he was top 10 in the last Drums of Battle or whatever, but as we can see here, Hermios has been loving his Lonx, and he has been going really hard here, actually. Usually it is Crezio that is doing the rushing with his big dumb dragons. They are very solid at these small scale skirmishes, right? That's where the regen does the most, as well as the SL bonus doing the most. But looks like Hermios is abusing Narc's high speed and his leap to really, take a little bit of pressure off. It's forcing Vinny to rock back. He also forced a Dragon God Staff down with his Flash Freeze, which is actually a bad trade for Hermios, because the Dragon God Staff only takes 25 Nor to deploy. Probably should be 30, I think, compared to Flash Freeze, which is 40 Nor. But man, we see Crezio keeping his his theme of big dumb champs. He is a true Timmy at heart, and I gotta represent that. I gotta put some respect on his name, because I'm a Timmy as well. I don't know if that really makes too much sense to the audience here. It's kind of as far as I'm aware, it's a Magic the Gathering thing, where there's different types of players. They like to play different type of decks, and Timmies are the green players, right? They like to play big dumb monsters with really big stats, and as long as they've smacked some big dumb idiots on the board, even if they're not the most efficient, right, the best deck, the best thing to deploy, as long as you're playing something cool looking, then you're having fun. And man, Narc is just walking circles around poor Vinny here. Vinny would definitely win a straight up 1v1 against Narc. Oh wait, he lost his Dragon God Staff. Does he run? Does SD have anti-equip? Rebound? I guess it does. Yeah, I don't feel like most people don't play Rebound, because I didn't even know SD had an equip. But yeah, that was really good there. Because now Crezio is just wildly out of position here. These big dumb beaters are all melee guys. They can't really respond to getting poked down by these Lonx ranged units. Adept is also an interesting choice. As far as I was aware, this guy is a Frost unit, not a Lonx unit. He doesn't have any adaptive or anything. I mean, he's anti-summon. Maybe that's made his use in the overall Lonx phalanx. And he's also got Orb of Frostfall, which is really nice. Grant Teleport helps a little bit. But yeah, now the Dreadnought kind of screwed up his deploy order a bit here. Because if he... I was looking elsewhere, but I think he could have got the Drago Leech inbigged into the font, or at least close enough, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. I think he walked back. He could have, maybe put a relic down if nothing else. But yeah, with the rebound, with the entangle, it looks like poor Crezio is going to lose his font straight up. Whereas before, they kind of went even, right? He lost a turn of his side font, but he played a more efficient spell as Crezio's equip. But, you know, baiting the equip, using the rebound, and then getting back in. Now Crezio can't get in. He's using like, all of these guys are so expensive. This is a 90 Nora unit, 110 Nora unit, 95 Nora unit, right? He just doesn't have the... this is also interesting to run a regen as well. I feel like scale armor is the far superior choice on the new Akakios now that he's got healing with Fire Acolyte. Now that being said, with regen and Fire Acolyte, he heals like a motherfucker, right? He goes 12, potentially 12 HP a turn. Now that being said, all the healing in the world, it doesn't help you if you're dead. So if he had scale armor there, he definitely would have lived. He would have had 25 more HP, 25, because he got like one rounded, right? He would have had 25% more HP, so probably like 10, 12-ish, I want to say. Not that it mattered too much, honestly, because poor Crezio's in a terrible position here. I mean, the missionary, it would have mattered, actually, because he would have been able to double tap, presumably, or at least get a really good Annihilate off. And, ooh, Retrieve is another interesting option there. I know Moles really likes Retrieve. It's a situationally a really good spell. But I don't know, I feel like ST has so many good spells. Okay, maybe not ST. I'm mostly thinking in terms of Lonx, right? I pretty much never play full faction ST. I don't think I ever have. So I'm sure when you've got the full battle group, you can flex more situational spells like that. But yeah, wow. I mean, I guess he had to deploy a spell over here, so he didn't have the Nora to better contest this font. Not that he minds too much. Narc will slap up the Brood Queen like nobody's business, even with this Drago Leech just kind of showing up and plinking him once or twice. So yeah, I mean, Crezio, like, this Roar of the Fallen is, wow, Jesus, -5 damage, and he's still got 9. Holy. Oh, Quickening, okay. I guess he's going to go step over here. Yeah, and then he taps twice there, and then he can attack one more time. Does that 2 kills? No. But I mean, you gotta get something done, right? This is kind of scary, honestly. Like, that's cool and all. You've got some really bulky, scary guys. But now Hermios can run over here and put you down to 0 fonts, and you're just not going to win here with this Brood Queen. And presumably, like, with only 1 font, he probably couldn't afford to deploy a champion anyways, now that the Drago Leech lost his Nora Miner. Maybe he could have Flame Siphoned himself, perhaps? I'm not sure. But he's down to 0 fonts, and that's a bad place to be, right? Like, Hermios could just deploy, like, these 2 guys. You never really want to see these 2 guys right outside your shrine, right? They are a 50 HP shrine, no less. He's got Frozen, so he's not going to be able to double tap. Is he multi-attack too, actually? Multi-attack too. So he is actually going to be able to walk forward and double tap this Hammerfall Lonx. Now, you know, that slowing armor, sapping armor rather, is not going to matter to Unstoppable. Ooh, okay. Probably should have done that first, because he missed like 4 damage from Narg on the Brood Queen. Not that it matters too much. Narg is going to beat up the Brood King kind of no matter what happens. But this definitely lets him win, right? It protects the Hammerfall from the double tap. And now Vinny suffers the sapping, unlike the Dreadnought with his Unstoppable. And with the Awestruck, the Majestic, the Dreadnought can't really match Lyric either. The Avatar, neither can Vinny. Vinny's only got range 1. I mean, is he gonna Firestorm, perhaps? Does he have the Nora sitting on 0 fonts? He runs the Dreadnought all the way back. I figured he was going to try and brute force the issue, right? Take 1 step back, do 11 damage, Firestorm, do another 14, 17 or whatever. Forbidden Fruit. Whoa, okay. With the Invig, that's a really cute little combo, actually. I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen Crezio do that. That's on a humongous swing. Holy. That's Wow, that's super cute. Shit, I might need to do that with my SL deck now that, wow. Damn, that's pretty, just wow. Okay, so Meta Magic there picks up that kill. So he does kind of stabilize a little bit here, right? Because now it's up to Crezio to, oh, but the momentum, and this guy with his 8 speed, he's gonna absolutely massacre Vinny here. He did a ton of damage. Now, if he's even with physical resist 3, he should be able to get this with a spell. I mean, he's going to do -4 to 18. He's going to do 9, 18. So he's got like 9 HP left. That's one deep freeze in your Gucci. And I'm sure with 3 fonts, he surely has the Nora for it. And then it's just the Dreadnought versus the World here. I mean, the Brood Queen is a great support guy for him. Does he have the deep freeze? Or the Gale Force, that also works. It's interesting that it did 15 damage, though. Because I know knockback is considered physical damage, so shouldn't have been resisted. Hold on, does this say like basic attacks? Huh. That's weird. I feel like I actually need to do some testing, because I feel like you could use knockback against a unit with a Rock Eater and not do damage to them, right? I feel like I also feel like I saw physical resist working against knockback before. That's weird. Maybe I was thinking of tough, right? Tough probably reduce it, right? If it's untyped damage, then tough would still work. Ooh, wow, okay, Draconic Benediction here. I mean, yeah, sure. Get that kill. He has enough to walk forward and, get another slap in on Lyric, presumably. Because this guy is going to lose his 8 speed, presumably? No, the spur is what's giving him 8 speed. But he's not going to be in range to double tap. And I don't actually know if he actually catches momentum there. Maybe he just straight up had it. So if he still has his momentum, oh, that's still not going to matter, actually. Still, the Dreadnought is really putting in the work here, being that solid frontline that Crezio needs. With the 3 base defense and the base 2 resist from SL, he's reducing damage by 5, which I guess when you're swapping for 23 doesn't mean that much. But it reduces the Hammerfall Lonx by quite a bit, down to 7. And he regens that pretty much that every turn. Now Lyric, okay, so Lyric's not going to go for the swing on him. And it looks like both of the players are like they're down to their avatars, so they're both getting reduced, reduced Nora gen, like 20 less, I believe. But Hermios can deploy over here. Presumably, is there a Rock Eater? No, like a Defiant, rather. Okay, so this girl is really good. The Bounty Hunter, she's best when she gets her bounty off. But even straight out of the box, right? Mercenary takes her like Nora down by a ton. Like she needs to be on the board like 4 or 5 turns for Mercenary to go equal. So, and as you can see here, she's 62 Nora for 59 HP. So as long as, like, if she dies before then, you're getting a unit, by the way, a strong unit, right? Solid base damage, Bounty Hunter, and power attack, right? And leap, so she's fast. So you're getting a very solid unit on the board that does quite a good bit of damage for, like, premier tank stats, right? With Bounty Hunter, she's going to take 3 reduced damage at 1-to-1 HP to Nora ratio. This is a really crazy unit that's been, like, amazing for like ever, basically. Ever since she got Mercenary, which I think she's always had. Or like Mercenary Bounty Hunter. Like she's just been at like balls to the wall bonkers. She's in meta decks, she's in Lonx now. She's in Song Tong's like Rush deck. It's mostly Frost, but she still finds a home there. She's in almost every ST deck that's not like Jakai. Or Beasts, maybe. So that was a very unfortunate turn for Crezio there. He did not progress his game plan at all. And he let the Bounty Hunter proc her Bounty Hunter spell, like, ability for free, basically. And now we've got the Defender to boost her defense even more. So now she's taking 5 reduced damage. And the Dreadnought, I mean, he's got his War Leader here to boost his damage by 3. But he probably wants to double attack twice with Ardain. Can he get the kill here? 5 reduced damage, that's 16, 32, and then 24 for 56? No, he can't. He actually can't kill this Lonx Bounty Hunter with his, with the Vicious Blow. That should get her dead. Okay. Still, though, 60 Nora to, like, sort of drain the AP of both the Dreadnought and Ardain is really good. And he still can't contest. He could with a Relic, I guess. I mean, if he kill... No, he can't kill the Dreadnought. He needs the dot damage of the Vicious Blow. Is he gonna Draconic Benediction to get the Brood Queen in there? Is he gonna Firestorm to walk the Dreadnought in there? He needs to cast a spell to get back his font, basically. Because this font is actually really quite safe. And this guy is running back to defend Lyric, actually. 3. Why is it 3? Oh no, it goes up. Can he triple attack with full AP? Surely not, right? Oh my god, he can! Wow! Multi-attack 2 with 7 speed goes so hard. Okay. So that is really cool that he did pick up this kill without having to spend a spell. But this is not really what you want to see. You know? I mean, I guess getting the banner down, you want to do that eventually. And the Dreadnought and Ardain should... This was a humongous waste of AP. I feel like you want to run all the way back to kill the Defender here. Because now that Hermios can't reinforce his font, and he doesn't... Like, spending this 2 AP... He would have had 9, which could have pumped him up to 11, which could have arguably let him triple tap again with Invig, or maybe the War Leader. I don't think the War Leader plus 2 AP would have let him triple tap, though. Okay, so he's sending the Hammerfall Lonx in, which is interesting. Because he needs to deploy a spell, or it's going to die, right? Because the Ardain can run over and attack it for... potentially 29, reduced by 1, so 28. And this guy is going to do 34, 28 is 62, which he does actually live, presuming, of course, this hatchling is going to run over and self-destruct. So, alright, fair enough. The Hammerfall Lonx does live 1 turn. And with the Fellowship, he should. Okay, so he goes for the Retrieve. Ooh, okay. Does that off cooldown, or does he actually run 2 of those? That's interesting. I mean, it's like the heal wasn't that useful, but you need to chip the Dreadnought down. Although that being said, with Regen rank 3, it's really hard to chip him down. So does he go for the Vicious Blow? Well, he can't attack twice, and with 4 AP, he shouldn't have engaged. And he also did that. But that cost 3, so 1, 2, 3... Okay, so he couldn't have gotten the Dreadnought, like, in to get the Invigorate of the Brood Queen here. Maybe if he... Benediction, like he runs her... Well, no, because... No. I'm not sure... Ooh, Vex, wow, okay. So he's actually running all the dragons, then. Okay, so he's just getting a shitload of damage in. Ah, that's why he engaged, because of the absorb from the Arrow Eater. Now, that being said... You know, he has to, well, he can still attack it and then walk back. And Hermios is still not in position to really harm the Dreadnought. He can't Gale Force it with Unstoppable. So that's ST's main damage option, really. So he's going to run the defender all the way around, which is fair enough. Although, like, that being said, the Dreadnought can then just really... He can walk over and kill him just fine. And he kind of wants to keep walking forward because he wants to get his regen value and bring him back. So that by the time the main fight re-engages here, you know, he'll be back up to full HP. Like, I don't often consider Regen 3 to be a durability tool on the same, like, level as Tough, right? Or Physical Resistance or whatever, right? Regen doesn't help you at all when people are actually trying to kill you. But in these really low-stakes games where people, like, where it's very small individual fights... Did he just mess that up? No, okay, he got the -1 there. So we're in these really small games where it's just a couple champs, like he really, like it really, really shines. It's reducing damage by 6 every turn, and then also obviously healing every turn when you're not actually being attacked. So the Dreadnought basically got like an extra 30 odd HP over the course of this game, which is absolutely huge. And speaking of Regen 3, again, Ardain the Zealot here, as far as avatars go, he's kind of middle of the road, almost. Right? He's not as strong in combat as the SP avatar is with his 2 range attacks, as the Forsaken Waste avatar is with his AoE. And he's not as, like, he's got no summon effect, right? So he has no utility like Forsaken Waste does with Unspeakable, like IS does with the heal, like ST does with the +2 damage, +5 HP. But this is the only avatar that heals. So he, unlike Alaric, is just going up every single turn. Hermios hasn't been able to get any good damage in on Ardain. So all of that tapping he did, he's gone up like 20 odd HP, and he's only going to keep going. Like Hermios can't really risk Lyric in the 1v1. In the fight, right? With the potential of this Dreadnought and Invig running around, and also Ardain himself. Ardain can now run forward, and with 5 defense, really, like seriously, throw his weight around. Because, like, you know, avatars are so powerful. They are such incredible force multipliers. Like, they are absolutely at risk of dying, right? If they die, it's GG. But, you know, it's the same way for every rune on the, like every champ, every rune on the board. Their damage isn't reduced at all as long as they've got at least 1 HP. So you have to hurt this guy to win, right? Especially if he runs forward. So if you, oh, does he have Battle Leader or something? Did he give it? No, he just taking the free hit. You know, you can run off. Fair enough. I think that guy would have popped out of short-lived, so that wasn't super strictly necessary. But I wasn't really paying attention here. But yeah, you know, if you can like use your avatar to absorb 50-60 damage. That's, you know, that's a whole other champion on the board. That's 50-60 damage that's not going to your actual pieces here. And Vex is also going to really help support the Dreadnought with the Divine Wellspring, which got nerfed quite substantially. It's up to it only procs on 10 charges rather than 6. But again, this really slow, low-resource game... Oh no, she's not going to contribute to the Dreadnought. She's going to go over here and pressure this Fawn. Which is fair enough, honestly. Is he gonna kind of walk forward and try to pressure Lyric? I'm not sure. Because, I mean, right now, Crezio, like, he's really banking on these 2 big boys, right? And, like, yeah, he got some incredible value. Like, he stabilized this game pretty hard, despite his really slow opening and the aggression from Hermios. But Lonx are a Phalanx BG, and Crezio is running meta/dragons, I guess? Like, he says it's not dragons, but it's like 95% dragons. So they don't Phalanx anywhere near as hard. Like, look at Azaran here, right? He's got Battle Master and Aid Defense on a 4-range champion. Like, 4 range is solidly in. You are an actual ranged champ on the board. And he's got the command dodge, which, you know, can force an extra AP use out of the Dreadnought or Ardain here. Because they really want to use their 1-2 range. Especially the Dreadnought here, because he's got Cleave. He really wants to engage somebody and hit the guy behind them to duplicate his damage. And if you can't do that with the dodge, then you're severely reducing the Dreadnought's impact. And, you know, he needs to get those cleaves, to get those kill frenzies, to be worth his 110 Nor value. But speaking of, he has actually been, he was down to like, what, 40 HP or something? He's all the way back up to 77. Crazy stuff, man. And this guy also up to 104. Actually, 112 now. What did he got? What did he get heal thing for 2? Does this guy have empathy? What are you... Oh, no, because he was in the SL font. Wow, okay. Are you gonna Invig to put the hurt on the Hammerfell? Are you gonna Invig to run over here? You're just not gonna Invig at all. I mean, this guy he can still run over. And, ooh, run over here? Draconic Benediction, War Leader? Because he can get over here. Oh, dude, this is game over, isn't it? Because Draconic Benediction boosts by 3, and Invig is going to let him double... Oh, yeah, that's GG. Wow! Wow, wow, wow! What a crazy turn here. Lyric trying to try to 1v1 Vex to save his font here. With the crazy AP gen. Yep. GG to Crezio. Wow. Did not see that one coming. You know, right after I was talking about how much use, you know, avatars can put on the board, you know, you can always get some kind of surprise going. Well, you know what? Crezio is so often the villain, but he plays SL, and I'm an SL boy myself, so I'm going to say the good guy won this one. Even if his deck is probably no more or no less OP than Lonx are.